So, next we are going to talk about the 3 P's, and these are page breaks, piped text, and preview survey. So to begin with, we're going to preview our survey using the blue button on the right hand side. And we can start to now test out some of the validation and the questions that we've created. So for example, if I try and skip the consent form, previously we've added some validation to prompt the person to answer this question. So I'm going to say answer the question and then yes, and I'm going to move forward. We can also type in our demographics here, and we can see the validation. For example, if I type in an incorrect format here and say, let's type in an invalid email address at blah, and go next. It specifies here to enter a valid date and to enter a valid email address. So we can do the 4th of the 5th, and let's do 1973. And if I change this to @students.lincoln.ac.uk, it should let us go across. Yes, so now we can see a bunch of questions on the next page. Now there's quite a few questions on this page, so I would like to separate them out into 2 pages. And to do this, you basically go to the question where you want the page break to exist below. And then you click on it, and then on the right hand side you select Add Page Break. Now, if we click on Preview Survey and we continue, we can see how these questions are now on separate pages, and this looks a lot better. Next we are going to talk about piped text, and this is where you take answers or responses from a previous question and then embed them within the next question. Now this sounds quite complicated, but don't worry. Just to recap, we ask people for their first name, and we also ask people to rank the most employable character out of this list. And we can use this to ask another question, and we can address the person directly. So we can click on the text box, then click to piped text, and say we want to address the person's name. So we want to say like Laura or Ben, why did you choose this character as your favourite person? We can do this by clicking on survey question and finding the question where they specify their first name. And if you click on first name, it will present here or embed here whatever they typed as their first name. So it will go so and so, why did you select? And then we want to pick whoever they selected as their first choice and pipe it in here. So if we click piped text, then from survey question, then the ranking question, and we want to do the choice with the lowest numeric value, because that is the person who we see as most employable, as number 1. So why did you select as the most employable character? Now if we preview our question, yes, we consent to take part. Write Heather, then go next, and then next, and then let's shuffle some of these about. So let's put Ezio, Punzel, but we've selected Ezio as our most employable person. When we click next, it will then embed what the participant wrote as their first name and then the character which they selected as the most employable person. Now, when you preview questions, you might decide you want to shift the order of your questions around. And you do this by hovering over a question and then clicking on the left-hand side on the arrows, and this will shift the question up. So you can see now it's shifted it past the page breaks. And we can continue to press these buttons to shift it up. Or what you can do is click Move Question on the right hand side and then just place where you want the question to be. And then we can move our page breaks around again to make sure that everything is in the right order. And that is a summary of the 3 P's, and that is page breaks, piped text, and preview survey.